Shalom. Kohala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakwadash, which those will be the true names of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, which is Yahweh Shai. Double honor side teachers, the apostles, and other bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect, teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Yeah, the evil arrows of famine, man, in which the famine is increasing here in this society, man. Nothing is dying down concerning the food. You know, you're constantly having recalls, and the only thing that can come out of so many recalls that then took place and continually taking place is a famine. And the Lord, He's sending forth this thing for your destruction. Soon you people are going to look up and the full storehouses, your Walmarts, Kroger's, Publix, Targets, you know, Piggly Wigglies, all these different grocery stores. They're going to be found empty, man. You see, real quick, it's all biblical prophecy. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6. In verse 22, it says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." You see, all of a sudden, when you least expect it, you're going to look up and it's going to be less and less items on these shelves, man. And it's going to even grow until the point where it's going to be no items on the shelves. You see? It's all going to happen all of a sudden, because while you're looking left and being entertained by the left world, here on the right, prophecy is taking hold of the earth, man. And everything that the Lord is warning you of is burning forth for signs for you to get yourself together, but you too entertained with the left side of the world, man. You know, with the wickedness of this place. You see, it says, "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they should be suddenly afraid," in which the Lord been giving you a warning through His prophets. The prophets been out blowing the trumpet, warning you of the events that the Lord is about to send forth to the earth. Famines, wars, pestilence, evil, civil unrest, civil wars, seditions, insurrections, all sorts of things, man. Power outages, the economy collapsing, man. All sorts of things that we're telling you that's going to take place. And in all these events, you're going to need the Lord to protect you in, man, because the response people is going to have to it is going to be utter chaos. You see? But you see that as insignificant. You know, they speaking of many days to come. As the scriptures tell you that they would be thinking, but the Lord, sudden fear is going to take you people, man. You see, it says, "And the trumpet should give a sound, which when every man hear it, they should be suddenly afraid." You see, so while you ignoring the real message which coming from the prophets, wait till CNN and Fox 6 and all these different major platforms start to covering these grocery stores being found empty. Then you people gonna be in sudden fear. That panic gonna kick in. You see, because once you get the message from these different news sites, it's gonna be too late, man. You see, everybody in the business got it, man. So now you're gonna have to rush down and deal with the chaos of trying to get things to eat and stuff to drink, and even just basic everyday necessities, just basic supplies for the house. You're gonna have to fight for those things, man. You see? And it's a part of the confusion that's gonna be growing in many places. You see, as a matter of fact, this is 2 Ezra 15. So like it. 2 Ezra 16. Matter of fact, let me see real quick. Yeah. 2 Ezra 16. Starting verse 17. "Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" You see? And even him saying the beginning, everything is starting with the beginning, meaning things have to intensify until its perfection, man. The famine is going to intensify until its perfection. It started with a recall, but it's going to end in great death. You see? In which I got a plethora of articles queued up. The Lord is not slowing down on these things, man. As it tells you in the 19th verse, "Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." You see, the Lord is sending forth these things for you to consider and get yourself together. But the response the people is going to have, "But for all these things," verse 20, "but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness." nor be always mindful of the scourges. And that's people's response. You see, while these things is taking place and they're becoming a concern, a nigga still trying to combat it with a good time, man. They're not mindful of the things that the Lord is doing in the earth. So in all, they're just going to get caught up in it when it suddenly come upon them, man. These are part of the evils that the Lord is going to send forth on every side, man. That you're not going to be able to put off or escape real quick before we grab those articles. Isaiah 47 in verse 11, it says, therefore should evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. And how you not going to know it? Because you wasn't watching. You wasn't concerned with it. It was a act of insignificance to you. You know, who gives a shit? You know, get some money, nigga. That's the spirit that you people are in, man. And that's why these things going to catch you all of a sudden. You're going to be completely off guard with your pants down, man. You know, you ain't going to be smoking the blunt. Is that a robo dog? You know? And it's going to get action-packed. When you off them jerks, you know, it's going to get action-packed. When you off that lean, you drinking that Waukesha, it's going to get action-packed on you, man. You just smoke 2 woods. It's going to get action-packed in that moment. You see, when you least expect it, all of a sudden. But just going into these articles. 18 people hospitalized amid fast-growing salmonella outbreak linked to cucumbers, man. You can't even eat healthy because the vegetables that they're giving you, you know, is contaminated with many different diseases, man. Salmonella. On top of salmonella, Salakia. On top of salmonella, it says cheese recall due to serious and something fatal and sometimes fatal infection risk, man. Your dairy products is being recalled. Your pies, you know, them Christmas pies mama be putting in the oven. Yeah, pie recall update as FDA sets most serious risk levels, man. You see, it says 4 different types of baked pies that were recalled in October have been given the highest risk classification, man. You see, Esau Edom giving you all this tainted food. You getting sick. You know, you going to his doctors and he just giving you drugs to even make you more sicker. Scriptures tell you how this nigga is a physician of no value. You know, it tells you how you're going to eat your bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. You eating all this defiled food. You know, this food with all these different contaminations in it. You dropping dead and getting sick. And the Lord tell you pestilence. He told you in the last days it's going to be pestilences, man. You know, and there was even pestilence in your food. And you even getting pestilences from eating these things, man. You see? So just to continue on. Contaminated vegetable recall in Pennsylvania poses serious health risks, man. Yeah, those 4 Earth Farm recall multiple brand of organic vegetable, medley, conventional vegetable medley, and organic whole carrots on November 26th due to possible Shiga toxin producing, yeah, man. E. coli contamination, man. You see all sorts of new viruses Esau coming out. He just putting names on shit, man. But yet, this is the stuff that's in your food. You know, you even roll down, man. You got medicine that's being defected. Mislabeled anxiety drugs recalled in Florida poses life-threatening risks, man. Hey, it's the Lord that's drawing all these things back because of famine. It's a lack of resources, period, man. It may be medicine. Clothes is going to be lack. Tampons and baby wipes and diapers and, you know, baby food. Baby food had its time where it was being recalled for having metals in it. It wasn't replaced with more fresher goods, man. You see, it's the Lord doing these things, man. You see? Oh, the dog food. Your dog can't even eat. You see, it says puppy sickened as FDA learns pet food was contaminated with salmonella, man. You see, in this how by Shmuel Shah, it says the Food and Drug Administration announces dog food distributed in 7 states has been recalled after testing positive for salmonella, man. Your dogs is even at risk. And it lets you know that it tells you what's that? Proverbs Salakia. I can't even. It tells you when the wicked it's like when the wicked bear rule, here it is. Proverbs 29 verse 2. It says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, man. You see, and that tells you who's ruling the earth, man. The wicked. Because why are your food contaminated, man? Why are you selling people, messed up food, man? And now people getting sick. But this lets you know who's ruling the earth, man. Death is ruling the earth, man. It tells you that the last enemy to be destroyed is death. And who's death? The so-called white man Esau Edom, pursuant to Habakkuk 2 and 5. The Lord tell you how this man is as death. You see? So even the food that he's giving you, here it is, you on a good diet. But your cucumbers and your vegetables has contaminations in it, man. You see? But yet all these things is for your destruction. Real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus 40. And start at verse 8. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast. And that is sevenfold more upon sinners. It says death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood, you see? So this famine is created for the wicked, man. It's ultimately created to destroy you. You see, real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 5 and verse 16. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction. See? It's to destroy you. The Lord is not decreasing the food in America just to put fresher food in this place. No, the Lord is decreasing the food in this place to destroy these people in his land. You see? It said which should be for their destruction, and which I would send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. And how is the Lord increasing the famine? By recalls. And he's breaking that staff of bread. He ain't even putting new fresh items on the shelves, man. All the support. It's gonna come a time where people ain't gonna be handing out food at the food banks. All this free food programs is gonna stop, man. Food stamps, WIC, all that stuff is gonna stop. People's gonna start trying to store those items for themselves, man. That's what life is gonna gravitate to, especially here in America, when we're seeing it, in real life, in live action, the food leaving. The Lord showing us the food leaving. You see? And people ain't gonna see it until famine is run across the screen, man. No food. 2 items. Hyperinflation kick in, man. You see? But yet these things is for your destruction. And the Lord, he's going to dry it up until every crumb of food is gone, man. As he tell you in Ezekiel 4. In verse 16, it says in the NLT, then he told me, son of man, I will make food very scarce in Jerusalem. It would be weighed out with great care and eaten fearfully. The water would be rationed out drop by drop. And people would drink it with dismay. It's like I'm in the wrong chapter, but there's still a good one though, man. Because this is the scene that's going to take place here in America. The Lord is going to dry up food, make it real scarce, man. That you're going to eat it fearfully. Then you ain't going to want to eat that last piece of bread, man, because you're going to know that's your last piece of bread. And you not going to know when it's going to come or when your next, meal is going to come through, man. The next time you're going to be able to drink water, this is what people is going to be reduced to. Lacking food and water, people will look at one another in terror, and they will waste away under their punishment, man. Let me see if I can grab that. Yeah, this is Ezekiel 5 and 16 in the NLT. It says, I will shower you with deadly arrows of famine to destroy you, the famine will become more and more severe until every crumb of food is gone, man. You see? So this thing is becoming more and more severe. You having more and more callbacks left and right, man. And it's ultimately the Lord doing these things to bring forth that famine. You see, it ain't gonna die down. It's gonna intensify and continue to grow. So yeah, I pray that you was edified, giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakwadash. Lord, one of today's video. Shalom.